long as it's not some lame topics and shit.
All right, for sure.
All right, cool. So yeah, you
Nah,
just did the introduction.
Yeah, for sure. What's good? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Knoveducation podcast. As always, I'm your host, Noved. Today I got one of the dopest spitters, one of the best dudes that I've met in this rap game. He goes by SteadFast or SteadFast Raw on iTunes Music, Apple Music, Spotify. You can find him on IG, SoundCloud, a plethora of verses. If you like, hip hop, if you like bars, you especially like that good bars, not that whack bars, this is the homie you got to talk to. SteadFast, what's good?
I tried, dog. Thank you for that dope intro. But I just wanted to start it off this whole thing saying thank you for even putting me on tonight. Thank you for taking the time. Yeah, dude, I've been wanting to link with you for a minute. And when I heard you were doing your own shit, I was like, that's what's up, dog. The homie's making some moves. I like that, dog. Yeah. So I have that question before we start everything. One question for you.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it. What year did we meet? Because I'm pretty sure I met you in a cypher.
We definitely probably met at a cypher. Definitely a show. I don't even know what year. I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, God, I can't remember the first time I met this fool. Like,
it's been a minute, right?
It's been a minute.
I want to say the Boulevard when I was coming out. I just did a set, and I want to say I had a beer in my hand, and you were already ciphering with other homies and shit. And that's when I remember. I was like, oh damn, I've seen this fool in a picture with Mezcal, because I seen you before with pictures with like EOTR. Yeah. And that's where I seen you on Instagram, and I seen you on Facebook, and I was like, oh shit. So I remember, this is my memory. I remember going up, and I remember you were spitting, and then nobody really knew me in that circle, and then that's how we kind of just start chopping it up. I liked the shit you were spitting, and then you liked what I was saying, and that's my memory. So that's my question to you. Is that correct?
That's what's up. Fuck, I probably like met you before that even, huh?
Yeah, dude, you're like you and a couple of people around here. You guys are like the Boyle Heights MCs.
That's true. Fucking, well, I mean, the most fond memories I have of you is always just you coming out of nowhere. Like, I'll be at a show, like just kicking it there early, drinking some beer, kicking it with the homies. And then like I'll be looking at food spit, and then you come in like out of nowhere, and then you have the next set like right on time. I'm like, did anybody see this motherfucker? It's because you came in we always came in with your hood, bro. With your hood and just like a little snake straight to the back of the DJ. You know what I'm saying?
That's, what, that's funny because that's the second time someone just told me that. That's why I'm laughing.
Because it's true.
The homegirl one time told me, she's like, dog, every time you come to the show, you're always creeping through the shadows, and nobody knows you're in the show except when you go on stage. Yeah, and I was just laughing my ass off because that's exactly what I do.
That's what's up, man. Yeah,
you're
shit.
Like,
there's been a lot of shows that we probably met at the Boulevard. You know what I'm saying? Like that's probably the main spot we would meet at. But then I'll see you always at every other show, and it was always cool. Especially it was like, if it was a show where I didn't really know anybody but the promoters, and then like, I would see someone I know, I would always see you for sure. I'm like, what's up, dog? And you was always so cool about it too, So that's why I knew I was like, all right, this was a homie. He's a homie,
Yeah, I don't like people that go to shows bringing negative energy, Yeah. Like if I'm like in a bad mood, I usually won't even go. If I feel like where I'm gonna be just the negative fucking person who's bringing everyone down, I'll try to just chill and just not go, or just do the show, do the set, and leave.
I've done that a few times. Fools get mad, and I'm just like, what do you thought though? Like, I mean, this is whack. I got to dip.
Yeah, certain shows are just like you got to make the decision just to do that. But we all have our own issues. But that's one thing I was definitely been working on about staying around for shows longer.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, before we get into current shit, I did a show in Santa Ana, which is in Orange County, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stay to the end because my homegirl was coming, and I had like 2 fans coming out. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna chop it up, stay to the end. So guess what? This one time I stayed to the very end, dog. Yeah. I get jacked.
Oh no!
I got my ID jacked, my keys to my pad.
They took it out of your pocket, or
no. All right, so I couldn't say jacked. All right, I got robbed while I went to the restroom. Put it that way. I told the DJ, I was like, hey, dude, watch my bag real quick. I was gone for maybe like 2 minutes. I came back out, dude. It was a quick ass move. And I was like, where's my bag? And he's like, oh, that black guy right there, he just took it. And I was like, who? This fool even knew who took it, dog. And I was like, I was so pissed off. And then it was
sounds like that fool was in on it or something.
Yeah, dog. I was just like, dude, why would you let someone take my bag and you know who it was? And then so I went outside, I looked, that fool was gone. You know, I had speakers in there, my ID, and my headphones.
Oh,
like, it was just,
fuck.
Yeah.
When was this? How long ago was this?
This was literally the week before lockdown happened. Lockdown happened on the Sunday.
So it was close.
And it happened on the Thursday.
There's some bitch ass fools like that. Like, yeah, really? Like, really? You gotta fucking take a backpack at a hip hop show? Like, really? Fuck it, you know? I mean, as long as you're cool. I thought you got like fucking robbed at gunpoint. Like, give me your fucking ID and your credit card. Yeah. I'm gonna run up your fucking bill.
Imagine, damn, I would really heated.
That sucks. I wouldn't want to imagine that on you, bro.
Yeah. But I've been jacked before, but you know, like when I just say that I'm safe, you know, it wasn't like super, 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 super important. I didn't have hundreds of dollars, you know, nothing like that. So it's just like I lost feria, you know, but it wasn't a lot of money. So I'm just trying to be like, all right, hopefully I'm good with the karma. Everyone I jacked.
All right, I get it.
Yes, because that's the second time I've been jacked in like 2.5 years. I got jacked also at Redwood
Room?
Redwood Room. I got jacked for my ID and my glasses, and I was the champion that night. After I won, I got jacked.
Oh my god, dog. That place was a little bit sketch, but it was cool. It was cool. Sneaky to have Sneaky there.
Yeah, shout outs to Sneaky, dog. You're doing your thing.
Shout out to Sneak. He's a beast. I've known that for a long time too.
He's definitely a cool guy too. Like just to chop it up with.
Yeah, he is. He really is. And I have a proof of that because my cousin, he goes to some bar in Southgate. Yeah, he just goes into a bar in some Southgate, and he's like chilling. And then he calls me. He goes, "Yo, hey, what you doing right now?" And I was like, "Nothing. I'm at home." He's like, "Why don't you come to this bar? Yada yada." And I'm like, "What the fuck? Why?" He goes, "Cuz fool, there's this DJ here, and he's cool as fuck. I just want you to meet him." I was like, "What the fuck? What fucking DJ?" Like, all right, whatever. So I go, it's fucking Sneaky, fucking Sneaky saying like, "What's up, Noved?" Like, I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, you should have just told me his name. I would have told you I already knew him.
No, I know, but what club was this?
This was we gotta get that story straight with him. It's either I can't tell if it's Knoveducation or I don't remember, but it was a bar. It was a bar. I had a pool table and I had a little dance area. But yeah, that was cool as fool. But anyways, back.
Yeah, well, shout out to
Sneak for real.
Shout out to all that fool was working with. So let's get down to this. Yeah. So I have 4 projects on me right now, 7 completely, but I have 4 that are actually recorded, actually ready to go right now. So I don't think that I'm going to have the right funds, to be honest with you, this year to put out 4, but I'm going to put out 2. So the 2 that I'm going to be coming out with, which I've been promoting for about 1.5 years, is my own, it's like a personal EP, a personal album, which is, I think, only one feature with one of my homeboy who's a singer. He's like on some R&B shit, Praise. Shout out to Praise from the 818. And everything other track is just all my tracks and shit. That one's called Finally. And that one's just more about me, about things as a man I've been wanting to talk about since pretty much as a teenager. You know, maybe I've been like too scared or insecure to talk about shit. Certain things with my family, my faith, certain friends that I had to let go, you know. A lot of people always asking me about, yo, why ain't you chilling with those people or rolling with that clique or anymore, shit like that, you know. And I've always just kind of been like, I got my own reasons, you know. I'm not like one of those people trying to, you know, talk behind people's back and shit like that. So these songs are kind of like just getting those topics off my chest, you know, now that I'm getting old and shit. And I gotta let this shit be known, you know.
You look young, bro. Don't worry about it.
Dude, sometimes I have to let hair grow out so girls can think that I'm their age. Dude. Like sometimes I gotta work. Yeah, I have to, like, because when I let my hair grow out and shit, like I have usually a fade, you know, when people know me, you know, shaved head. But when I let it grow out to like a 5 or something, that's when people start, you know, getting a little more calm around me. And they're like,
I can see that.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, you look a little younger, you know. I mean, I look a little older and shit, you know. Otherwise, they're just like, nope.
You growing white hair yet? You got white hairs?
I don't.
I do. I got a couple right here, bro, and a couple on my head.
Damn, but that That comes from stress too, though, Doug.
That does come from. That's what everyone tells me. I never believed it,
Yeah,
but
dude.
anyways,
There's some.
okay. So you're coming out. You're gonna come out with 2 projects. Talk about some things you just released. You know, like I know you have the Broken to Pieces a while back.
Hold on. And
Yeah.
then the other project is gonna be called, which you're supposed to be on, foe. And you're supposed to be on SteadFast Collabs Volume 1 or 2, but this one's SteadFast Collabs Volume 3, which is just a real quick explanation to everyone who doesn't know. It's just everybody I've seen in the LA scene, Cali scene, even people from other states, Colorado, Arizona, Nevada, that I've seen putting it in consistently. So I decided to pick certain people for every volume and just put them on and rip shit up. It's been doing dope. I've had people like East of the River, Strixet, Homeboy, Evident from Green Ave, just a lot of different people from a lot of different cliques and crews, and it's been working out fabulous. So I hope to get your ass in the studio before I come out with Volume 3, motherfucker.
We could. Right? You guys heard it. It's permanent. It's an ink now. Can't, you know?
So on the other topics about current shit, I'm usually putting out right now about a track every 2 weeks. I started doing that in September when I came out with SteadFast Collabs Volume 2, and it was just pretty much on my DistroKid, which is a distribution company that puts out all your work around the world. It's for those of you that don't know. I set everything up for about 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks you hear something from me. So when I started doing that, I started getting a lot more followers, a lot more crews, cliques, a lot more companies, labels just hitting me up trying to F with me. And that's when I was just like, on it. You know, I already write a lot of music. I'm sure you know, I almost write a song a day. You know, I write a 16 a day, if not more. So it just seemed right. So I have a last one that just came out with SteadFast Collabs Volume 2, which a lot of dope MCs are on that. Viva Mescal, Hollow, fucking Locust on the mic, you know, like just a lot of people from a lot of different areas that have been doing it for a long time, just putting it down, you know. That one's pretty much already promoted. Everything's already came out. I've been performing that for about 6 months. Been going great. I have another one that came out a year and a half ago, which is called Broken to Pieces. That was more of a like a depressing, moody EP, you know, just talking about like a lot of relational shit, breakups, drug overdoses. You know, I was sober for like almost 5 years.
You were broken to pieces.
I was just broken to pieces, everything that came through. Shout outs to Viva Mescal and for mixing that one. That was a dope project. Shout outs to Orchid and Gifted. You ripped that shit up on your tracks.
Yep. I was listening to those, the Broken to Pieces, and then your new track, Inside of Me. It's just crazy, man. Every time you spit, the shit I like about you is you have your own, like you're like a gunslinger when it comes to it. You could pop them out. Like you'll start a verse one way, you'll go with that flow for a whole half of that verse, and then you switch it up again in the next half of the verse. But the thing about you is not only do you come with the punchlines, even metaphors and the rhyme scheme, you always stay on topic no matter what. Like if whatever title of the song is, whatever the title of the song is, I don't ever get lost of that. Like you always either mention it or you'll come back to like the bridge or in the hook, you know, you always have
part of the chemistry, always. Yeah. You know, I try, dude. I've been working on my hooks a lot, dude, because I'm a bar spitter.
I can tell.
I'm a bar spitter, so I've been. Everyone's telling me like I'm just putting the package together. You know, everyone's been telling me, you know, you got to work on bridges and hooks. You know, producers, engineers. So this last year and a half, I've been working with my voice, harmonizing, slowing it down, shit like that. So thank you, my G.
I see that shit. Yeah. Well, I hear it. Yeah. Nah, it's real shit. It's real shit. I could definitely hear that shit. How do you feel like right now, like in your, like, do you feel like you're a prime, like, I don't know if anyone could ever say they're a prime spitter, but like, do you feel good? Like, you know, as far as just making a song, like, I know like at first, when I first started off, it was always like, I'm working on this verse. And then it's like, I'm working on these verses. And then
then the song. Yeah. And then you're working on a project.
You're working on a project. So how do you feel right now in your life? Like, you know, where are you at as a you know, a rate like that? How do you feel?
That's a good question, dude. I would say right now as a full overall artist, not just a spitter, you know, not just a battler or freestyle, I would say like I'm a good like solid 8.5 about writing songs, performing, freestyling, battling. And the only reason why I say that is because I feel like my writing still needs to be matched more with
You're,
my
you're being
delivery.
modest, bro. You're being modest. This is me you're talking to, bro.
All right, dude. I'm training to like spit with like Crooked Eye and like fools like that.
And you can, bro. You
Yeah.
can. You definitely can.
So that's what with Tech 9, I want to spit like those fools. One day when I get the opportunity, that's where I'm already, I'm inching my way getting there. I've opened for Jaron Benton and Ritz, and those fools are amazing, like.
Yeah.
After I seen Ritz, I just didn't want to rap anymore. I was just like, shit. And then the next night I was like, all right, fuck that. I'm going to do this. But yeah, I would say like a good 8.5. I would say my freestyle game, I can spit with some of the best people in the world.
Always on point.
Yeah, like when I'm got like 10, 15 minutes in a practice, I'll say that straight up. I can do that with like the best spitters. But as a whole artist, I'm getting there, slowly at a time, learning from people in the game, learning from a lot of people here in LA. Like a lot of people have to go to other cities to learn all this shit. Me and you, we're both fortunate to grow up right here in the entertainment capital of the world, where we can literally go down the street and learn how to fucking do something
whole different culture of life.
Yeah. And me, like I already grew up in the graffiti scene, and in the alley scene, the graffiti and drug scene are like this with the hip hop scene,
Yep.
So like growing up doing graffiti, hip hop was everywhere. We used to just cipher and battle. That's how I grew up, on corners and shit. But it eventually led to making songs and doing shows and now doing tours, Fuck you, COVID-19, fucking on my tour. I was
how many shows did you have like up until now? From that Santa Ana to now.
All right. So far I've missed 5. I've missed 5 shows. So I've missed an Oakland show, a San Diego show, a West Covina show, an Arizona show, and the other one, which they were going to book me on, was Sacramento. And
goddamn.
Yeah, so that was so that would have been March, April, and then I would have started the tour, which is end of May to the middle of June, which was going to be Nevada, Colorado, and Oakland. I was going to do all those 3 little areas and shit. So it would have been like a 9-10 city tour.
It would have been a cool little tour right there.
Everything was already set up. Like I was just doing promo and shit.
Fucking Rona, dog. That Rona's a bitch, man.
That Rona life.
Rona.
But, it's not just me. I'm sure it's messing shit up for you, my people, my family. Right now I'm not even working, dude. I got 2 jobs. So I support my music through my jobs, I don't hustle or do it. I stopped the whole crime life. So I don't have like extra income. So I'm kind of just like trying to maintain it right now. And if I don't get the jobs back, I just got to keep moving on and get more,
Yeah.
But this music shit will continue. Hip hop will continue. My tour officially was going to start the 28th of May, and that was going to start in Oakland. And for everybody that knows like Oakland, those spots on there's a dope hip hop scene out there. It was the Gutted Cigar, which I know a lot of fools that went out there have probably heard. It's a dope ass spot. I've been there probably twice, performed there once, and then it was going to head on to Denver. And then after Denver, I was just going to make the rounds to the other spots and shit, and then end it in California. But maybe I'll do it at the end of the year. I don't know. I did a tour last year.
Are those dates already planned, or just you're planning?
Those dates were already planned, but my point to you is I don't know if I'm going to have the money.
That's true. That's true. Oh, yeah, that's true. My bad. Yeah.
Because even though I was getting paid for the performances as an artist, you got to pay for your food, your water, your lodging.
You gotta pay for everything.
So transportation. So we're gonna see.
Well, I mean, man, I hope you get your job back so you could do that shit. Cause
shit, me too, dude.
And I know it sucks. Like when you're doing these shows and you're going back to back to back, and there's a point where you're kind of like you're on a roll. You feel like you're on a roll. You feel like you're on a good one. As far as I talk to a lot of my homies and a lot of new friends and a lot of my family members, and they always ask me about the rap scene or this hip hop scene, and I always try to tell them, but from my perspective. So from another spitter's perspective, what's your favorite part about being like a part about doing shows, and like if you could break down like your last track, Inside Me, like what was your process going through starting recording that, finishing that, and then putting it out, and then now actually getting a role on shows? Like, how, describe that for you.
So I would say with this last track, I've had this idea in my head for about 9 years, maybe even 10.
Maybe your whole life.
Yeah, and I've always felt like there's a lot of potential and a lot of talent like I've had inside of me, you know, but I've never really grew up with people to maybe make me blossom into that character, you know, make me become a certain character. So I was starting to think about it like this last 2 to 3 years of my life when I really started separating myself from a lot of people, you know, from people I grew up with, people that are just not in my life anymore, locked up, fucking went back to Mexico, whatever was the case, you know.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking about these last 2 to 3 years of me growing as a man, you know. I live by myself, so I'm just constantly thinking, constantly making my own moves and shit, you know. Like the more you are alone, the more you have time to think just with your own thoughts, you know. So I was one night in my studio and I was like, you know what, fuck it, dude. I'm just gonna tell some personal shit about what I feel has been inside of me, what has been like that spark, you know, that spark which makes the fire. And when I mean fire, I mean that's how you do shows, when you have fire in your heart. You know, I have a passion to be, you know, connecting with fans. I have a passion to be talking about my music and my lyrics and my experiences, you know. Like a lot of people think I just spit fast or whatever, and I do. There's a lot of times I do spit fast and I do like to rhyme a lot. But if you actually break down my bars, you know, I'm a good essayist. If you actually break down every single bar, it actually relates to the main message, which is, you know, your hook. And I just feel like if people go back in that track specifically, I like how you got that track. You'll see parts of myself where I'm literally saying like, yo, I was blind, you know, because I was lying to myself. That's like one of my favorite lines in that whole track, is because I'm talking about how I have all this potential, but I've always been lying to myself. And it's true. You know, we lie to ourselves all the time, lie ourselves about relationships, family, you know, our emotions, anything shit, you know. So that's how I feel when they start coming to like me hitting the stage. And that's the two favorite things right there, connecting with people when I'm, you know, spitting right there in their face live with the stupid faces, and they're like, I feel that energy, you know, because I make stupid faces all the time when I spit. And the other thing would be that passion, you know, that passion
you have a stupid face. No,
he's like, you don't make stupid faces, you have a stupid face.
Nah, go on.
You're the homie. I'll let that slide. No, I'm just kidding.
My bad.
just joking with you, dude. Cheers, dude. But salud. I have my beer right now with me, but I don't want to bust it out yet, open yet, because I want to drink it with the homie. But salud.
Cool.
The other thing that I wanted to mention is even though I don't consider it the drive of me doing shows, I consider it the drive of me making music, which is like the pain and the hurt and the misery, dude. I think we all have that. Like you have it, we all been through it and shit. And if you don't, you're fucking lying, you know. Like that's how I don't understand like a lot of people who make music. Like it's cool to make those wavy tracks, those club tracks. That's dope, you know. I'm learning how to make those type of tracks. But if that's all you make, dude, it's like, dude, you're covering up a lot about yourself. You're letting your fans not see a whole side of you, a whole maybe half of you and shit that maybe a lot of people can relate to, you know. Because that's the number one thing. That's the number one thing is from people going through like crazy problems, or I get a lot of people hitting me up going through crazy addictions, you know, because I used to be a huge pill popper, you know. And so when people hear certain songs, like there's a song that I wrote called Therapy, and I was talking about doing a lot of weed and ecstasy. And, you know, I've had a lot of people hit me up like, yo, I'm in rehab. Yo, I'm going through this. My fucking brother just overdosed. Like, and I'm just like, fuck, dude.
Damn.
Yeah, like I've been through a lot of those situations, you know. So whatever advice I can give to them, whatever I can help them do, dude, that shit makes a difference. Because people that helped me, giving me those little speeches and those little conversations when I was going through what they were going through back in the day, dude, that shit made the world of a difference.
Yep. That's good. I mean, definitely I could relate to some of your shit, but you probably been through way more shit than I have, you know what I'm saying? But
who knows, dude? I don't know. Who knows, dude? Who knows? You know, some of the comments.
At the end of the day, you're right. You know what I'm saying? It's all about just connect with someone and, you know, make them, not necessarily make them understand, but if they feel you and understand you, they can feel it on a personal level as well as a musical level.
Yeah. And we do that as friends anyways. Like, you know, you have a homie, I have it, you know, you as a homie, dude, when we chop it up or drinking, like we're laughing because we relate to our conversations. We're relating to what we're going through, you know? That's like a human thing, dude. And if you can't see that through music, then, dude, you're doing something fucking wrong.
Yeah. That's true, man. Fucking... My mind's a blank right now. He's
All right. Well, before we got with this last part of this interview, I wanted just to cover tracks that I'm going to be coming out with before I
yeah,
put my album out.
yeah.
So let's get through this shit real quick.
All right, bro.
All right. So I have 3 more tracks coming now that's already distributed already. One is coming out. The next one just came out today, and that one is
Oh shit.
called. That one is called. Dude, I have so many tracks, dude. I have to actually look at my list and shit to see which days. All right, so the one that just came out today, go scope that shit out. That one's off of broken to pieces called "Play the Role," and
Oh yeah. I bumped that
was
one. That's the one I'm bumping today too.
yeah, thank you, dude. And that one was a really personal track. I wrote about people just straight up what it's saying, playing the role. People saying that they're down for me, and then when I hit them up, they're like, "Yo, dude." I wrote this track actually when I was being on and off homeless. You know, so I would hit fools up where we
If
grew
you could
up.
stay or some shit.
Can I get your couch or your car? And it's like, dude, I used to let you sleep on my floor and my couch all the time, and then you can't even let me be there for me one time.
Damn.
Or just let me borrow $20, I'll pay you back tomorrow. Shit like that, dude. And it's simple shit like that, you know. And then when serious shit popped off, and those same people where I was there with them risked my life, risked my freedom for those people, and they can't even back me up and walk me down to the liquor store. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Come on, dude. You can't even take a walk with me down to the liquor store.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you know, you're just playing the role, though. You're just trying to benefit off of, you know, the type of person I am, because I'm a loyal person, but I'm too loyal of a person.
Yeah. Well, me and my homie were talking about that one couple episodes ago on this podcast. We're saying how those decisions now, where you cut people off and you finally realize that, you know, they can't be in your life. You know, you got to move on for them. You know, you're changing. Changes need to be made. And he told me a lot of when he talks to older people, they say that they did this move when they were younger, so it gives him hope that it's a young man decision to let go of all that shit still, to have more of a life to live. You know what I'm saying?
That's absolutely right.
Yeah. So I mean, I see that when I hear that, because I've been through that shit too, straight up. And when I hear that, I think dog, I'm just so much more happier, so much more better now.
You become happier.
Yeah, and it's I don't need to worry enough for someone else unless it's myself. You know what I'm saying? And that's all where it needs to go. And I don't need to be depending on anybody or somebody giving my love to somebody that's not gonna give it back. You know what I'm saying? So it's
at least half
or something.
Yeah.
You know, give me a slice.
Even with people I work with, I feel like the people I work with, whether it's anybody, the people recording me, engineering my work, my photographer, shout outs to Double D from Green Ave, what up?
Double D, dog.
Yeah, I feel like I have a rapport with them. We cannot just do work. We'll do our work, but we'll still fucking chop it up and shit, whatever, and have a good rapport, a good relationship. And I think you need to find people like that where it's not you're just wasting time.
Yeah.
You know? That's what it comes down to.
Straight
people
up.
Just using your time.
Because at the end of the day, we all got to make a profit. You know what I'm saying? Yep. At the end of the fucking day. So as long as you're focusing on that, I'm pretty sure everything will be all right. You know, just stay level-headed, stay focused, and it'll be good. And people, you will attract people like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you've known Double D for a long ass time too, and you could do good business with him as well as fuck around and drink a beer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not like you're wasting any time. Even when you are fucking around drinking a beer, you're probably talking business. Even though you're doing business, time. You're probably drinking beer.
Exactly. So it's still you're not wasting time because you're still doing something. You're still making moves. You're still being progressive. You know? So excellently said, my boy. Let me wrap this shit up with these last tracks. So the next track, these tracks have already been released on SoundCloud, but I just put it on Spotify and everything because everyone's always bitching at me that I don't have it on their iTunes or their Apple and Spotify. Perfect. So finally, everything
way to adapt. Props to you. Way to adapt, homie.
So everything is on everything now. All my shit is on everything now. So hit me up, SteadFast Raw. Everything's under SteadFast Raw. So on
the first new track, Inside of Me, the one you just released today, Play Your Role. This next one coming out, what is it?
Well, here's the lineup since March.
Since March 11th.
The lineup was Inside of Me, which was actually February. That one came out. Then Past Voices, which was March 11th. Inside of Me, which was apparently March 14th. The actual release date came out. Broken to Pieces was March 18th. Wings on Fire, which was March 25th. Deserted, which was April 1st. today, which is March 8th, which is Play the Role. And then this 15th, which is April 15th, I don't know what day that lands on, is Hypnotized. Shout out to the homegirl Gifted. She did the bridges, the ad-libs. She killed that shit. Dope.
Yeah.
The April 22nd is A Lot of Pain. And then the last one for this little lineup, for this 2-month lineup, would be Life Goes On. And that one is also featuring Betsy Gifted. Check that one out. That one's really deep, and that one's like on some real dope hip hop poetic shit. And that one's just for these 2 months, dude. And then I got 2 songs coming out that is not even on this lineup, dog. I have a song
the lineup you posted on your Instagram too, right?
Yeah, my Instagram and my Facebook. So you guys just look at it.
So go check that shit out. Yeah.
Follow me on SteadFast Raw. That's all you got to type in. You'll see my bald head. You'll see my broken nose, you know, and all that shit. But also, I have 2 tracks coming out. One this month and the next May, which is this month is going to be called Final Stage.
Whoa, hold on. Do we lose him? Final. Hold up.
Like
hold up. Say it again. You froze a little bit. So May final stage.
Right. So in this month, one of the main tracks that's coming out is called Final Stages. And then in parentheses, Quarantine Remix. And that one's just talking about the final stages of the government, the New World Order. These are all final stages, whether you think it's coronavirus, 5G towers, whatever it is. These are all final stages orchestrated to make a one world organization, which is the end of days. And that's what basically he's talking about. I'm talking about
I will promote the shit out of that track.
And honestly, dude, it's deep, dude, because I get into like prophecies out of like, I don't know if you know about like prophecies out of Isaiah. He was a great prophet.
If you can explain
anyways, yeah, and I'm explaining stuff out of like Revelations I broke down and just things like that, dude, that are literally happening right now, like as we speak, that are happening. So it's a trip. And then I got another track after that one coming out next month, which is in May, which I think it's going to be called, Not Backing Down. And it's obviously about not backing down, not backing down, about speaking for my people, speaking against the government, speaking against just ignorant ass motherfuckers that, you know, they always want to shut you up, because the more and more you have free speech, the more and more there's different ideas going around the world, you know, so that's just what it is. And I ain't backing down with this shit. So that's what's in store, and that's what's going on right.
Yep. Yo.
Yo.
Yo, you're freezing in and out. Yo. There.
I think that might be the end of this conversation. My Wi-Fi is going in and out. Right. So my last words are, if you ain't following me yet, follow me. I got all types of music, smoking music, drinking music, hip hop, poetry, conscientious wave under SteadFast Raw. I got a lot of work. I got multiple projects hitting y'all. Hit me up. Fuck with me. I
can vouch for that, ladies and gentlemen. SteadFast Raw, one of the dopest spitters again, like that I've come to know. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad you're still doing it. I'm glad you're safe. You know, I'm glad, you know, once we get through this coronavirus, you know, maybe you can make up those shows again. I already know you fucking are. You know, I already know you're still gonna keep doing shows. You know, back to back.
That's me.
But yeah, man, thanks for coming on the podcast, bro. It's good to see you. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. Follow Knoveducation podcast. Get at my boy. Get at me. SteadFast Raw. 323 Northeast LA. Peace.
All right, peace, bro. Peace. I'll catch you later.
Thank you. Thank you, my boy.
For sure. Peace.